The Star Wars writers just made Darth Vader's hate for sand perhaps even worse. With these new stories coming out of these comics, they are not only expanding the lore, but the memes as well. As in the comics, there is a story where Ochi Bestoon and Darth Vader are working closely. The Arcanus, the Outer Rim sector, Ochi of Bestoon is shown being right outside of a cantina. He wants to sneak around the back, but Vader gives a decisive no. He serves him now. As Vader is waiting inside the shuttle, he tells him to go walk in right from the front door. A befuddled Ochi just simply agrees and goes on towards the cantina where the patrons are having quite a great time. Ochi, now with the orders of Vader, has no choice but to ram in uninvited and shocking everybody. In fact, he gets punched in the mouth exactly for that. As one patron tries to kill him, he simply gives out the Vader Imperial insignia. Today, he serves Vader. Vader? They all are stunned. Ochi returns the favor by headbutting the guy who punched him, and now he tells all of them that maybe one of you can tell me what is all the fuss about this, as he shows all of them the symbol that both Vader and Ochi have been encountering lately, and they finally learn the real truth. Heading now for the lair of Boku the Hutt, the cowardice Boku, of course, is delighted to see Vader again. I have news, but Ochi is quick to stop him. Do you recognize this? Yes, it's an invitation from the Crimson Dawn to collect the frozen body of Han Solo. Now that he has been discovered, Boku is spilling the beans. So you got one invitation too, says Ochi. When were you going to fill us in on that little fact? Getting caught red-handed, Boku says that he was just about to let them know. Jabba will soon regain possession of Solo. With all the resources of the Empire, it should be a trivial matter to purchase him. So you think Crimson Dawn's just gonna give him up? A gesture of goodwill, perhaps, says Boku. They sent the same invites to a bunch of other syndicates. They're gonna auction Solo to the highest bidder. Boku acts like he is shocked. Now it's Vader's turn. You will attend this auction. Yes. You will bid against Jabba. What? Says Boku. And you will be humiliated, as now he ignites his red blade, symbolizing the danger zone that Boku is actually in. In fact, in the next panel, we see Boku sweating bullets, as he knows that if he says the wrong answer, death could be very near. I fail to understand the strategy here, says Boku. You are weak, Boku, says Vader. You cannot defeat Jabba through strength. Your only hope is to become even weaker, so that he will lose all fear of you. Then you can strike like a coward in the dark. A whimpered Boku laughs very nervously. As you can see here, he is slumped down. He has nothing to say. In fact, he was just called a coward to his face by Darth Vader, and all he could do is just gulp. He gulps away and then haphazardly says to Vader, "But a victorious coward, eh?" This is, of course, a comedy transition because we see that Vader has no response for that foolish Hutt. Both Ochi and Vader now go to their shuttle to leave this lair. Ochi is laughing his ass off. Did you see his face? So what's the plan once we get Solo? We're reeling in Skywalker, right? The mere mention of the name Skywalker, Vader immediately responds with silence. Ochi's big mouth now was getting into Vader's nerves. Boku was too easy to convince. He wants the throne, says Ochi, just needed a nudge. No, he was already planning to betray Jabba, but he would not dare do it alone. The stupidity of Ochi at this time bothered Vader very, very much. And of course, once he mentioned Skywalker, talking about Luke, of course, Vader was done with him. He grabs him by the throat as Ochi is pleading with Vader to rethink this, but Vader gives no answer in return. He opens the shuttle bay doors and simply throws him out of the vehicle and down to the ground. Go, says Vader. Find out who else Boku is working with. But how do I reach you again? Do not trouble yourself with that, says Vader. I will find you. And now we see another gulp. by Ochi Bestoon as well. And if you can understand Vader's position here, he simply is testing everybody at this moment and intelligently, patiently going through everybody to see where their allegiances lie. Now with Ochi Bestoon, he is testing him as well, as in the next few pages we see Ochi getting tested by the Crimson Dawn especially. But what will Ochi Bestoon choose? Will he betray Darth Vader in the end? This is the question that this issue wants to answer once and for all, and I think they kind of did. With that out of the way, we pan to Boku's lair, where some carriages are leaving the lair, transporting people and cargo presumably. While they're traveling, down below in the carriages, we see some mysterious hooded figures. We quickly realize that they were inside Boku's castle hiding out. Once they leave the carriages, they're trying to make their way inside the woods, but all of a sudden they get hit in the chest, and it is none other than Ochi Bestoon, who just wants to talk. Then why did you kill him? Says one of the characters. Oh, I'm not looking for the whole colloquium, just you and me. Well, that's going to be a bit tricky because when you mess with Boku, says this masked character, you mess with all of the Crimson Dawn, as now Ochi is surrounded by the entire gang. Now we quickly realize that Boku is secretly working with the Crimson Dawn, who is in turn protecting Boku the Hutt. Crimson Dawn, right, great, that's very helpful. Just wanted to put a name to it. See you around, and Ochi starts running for his life as they are gunning him down, trying to kill him. But this comic actually shows us how cunning Ochi Bestoon really is. He is, after all, a Sith assassin who was brought up by none other than Palpatine. He knows his way around a battle. He is a one-man wrecking crew, as the entire gang cannot get around to killing him. As you can see, he is more than holding up his own in this comic. But now he finally is over this. He says fine and opens the Imperial insignia. Vader, if you mess with me, you mess with Darth Vader. The entire gang is standing around watching this insignia, and Ochi Bestoon thinks that this is all over, but all of a sudden all these people start laughing out loud. Ochi is shocked by this. Oh, that's funny? Are you familiar with my master? Do you know what he does? He cannot be defeated as he shakes his fist in the air. Not by me, not by the Eye of Webbish Bug, not by the flute droid, meaning IG-88, or even a 200-meter long Suma Verminoth. Are you stronger than a Suma Verminoth? Points Ochi Bestoon to one of the now unmasked female gang members. Yes, says the mysterious woman, as the gang is just watching in the background. Come on, says Ochi, I just killed 4 or 5 of you. Even odds, I could take out the rest of you myself. With this provocation, the gang is just ready to pounce, but the woman says sure as she picks up a handful of sand, no less, something that Vader hates, wink wink. These comic illustrators and writers are truly provoking Darth Vader within his comic. Just don't do it too much or he'll come for you. The woman now says maybe you could kill a dozen of us, as grains of sand are starting to slip from her hand. Maybe you could take 100, as now more sand is starting to fall on the other hand. 1,000? Question mark? That handful of sand is now transferred to the other hand. She finalizes by saying millions as she opens her hand, and the gust of wind simply starts swirling the sand around Ochi Bestoon, symbolizing that the Crimson Dawn cannot be killed. They are like grains of sand, unending basically. Each of us is weak, says the woman, but together we are impossibly strong. Magically, the sand is just twirling around them as she and the gang are ready for another battle. Well, I still only see 10 of you, says Ochi mockingly. Let's do this, as he preps for battle. No, Ochi Bestoon, says the woman, don't fight us. Join us. And this all of a sudden turns from a confrontation to a recruitment. What? Says Ochi. Unbeknownst to him, Vader is seeing everything on a hollow projector. He is seeing the entirety of the interaction. In fact, he even lets out a knowing full well that this is the decisive moment if Vader will decide to kill Ochi for his betrayal or actually keep him in his midst for showing allegiance to the Dark Lord of the Sith. Now Ochi is panicking. He sees the shuttle. My lord is coming. Surrender or die, as he points his blaster towards the gang. Vader, though, does not stop where they are located. He goes for a mountaintop just 100 meters away. What the? Ochi is kind of shocked. He's not here to save you, Ochi, says the woman. He's here to test you. Join us. There is no other way. Now, Ochi is at a crossroads. He is afraid that Vader might think he has already betrayed him, and therefore, knowing full well that Vader does not ask any questions, he might get killed together with the rest of this Crimson Dawn group. However, if he joins the Crimson Dawn right now, they at least stand a chance. Without warning, Ochi Bassoon already chooses. He shoots the woman on the shoulder and starts running away as the gang is shooting blaster bolts at him, unsuccessfully I might add, as he jumps at the side of a cliff trying to protect himself. The woman is in sheer pain, but now the gang have gotten their answer and they're going to kill Ochi Bassoon one way or another. The Sith assassin, though, continues shooting at them, killing them one by one and trying to protect himself as well, grabbing one of their knives, sticking it in the back of one and using him as a human shield. He uses all sorts of trickery, but in the end, he is exhausted. He is laying there half dead, as we see a bunch of Crimson Dawn corpses surrounding him. He had killed the entire group all by himself without the help of Vader. He can barely stand. He crawls over to where Vader is located on the mountaintop. Lord Vader, says Ochi, Boku is working with the Crimson Dawn, but you knew that, didn't you? As Vader simply watches on. He then ignites his red blade. I get it, says Ochi. You wanted to see what I do. You don't have to worry about me, Lord Vader. But just as Vader said to Boku yesterday, he says the same thing to Ochi Bassoon as well, knowing their treacherous nature. Vader doesn't have to worry about Ochi Bassoon until you strike like a coward in the dark, asks Darth Vader. Oh, no, says Ochi. What you see is what you get with Ochi Bassoon. I'll always obey the most powerful, so long as that's really you. We now shockingly see that as much as Ochi killed most of them, he did not kill all of them. Just as the woman predicted. You can kill 100, there's 1,000 waiting. Now, both Vader and Ochi are surrounded by the Crimson Dawn. The response of Ochi Bassoon serving Vader as long as he is powerful, Vader has one answer to that, always. He will always be the most powerful, as with his lightsaber in tow and Ochi Bassoon's blasters, now they're killing the Crimson Dawn to their core. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up down below, subscribe for dailies. Now you have an awesome day, Star Wars fans. I'll see you in the next video, and may the Force be with you. Until then.